Every big deal lives or dies by one thing: executive alignment. Today, I'm breaking down the value pyramid, a framework that gets you out of the weeds and into the boardroom.
Professional selling is about one thing: strategic alignment. If you're not aligning with your customers' top priorities, you're not a professional, you're just pitching. Now, sure, it's hard, but so is anything that separates good from great in sales. If you find that you're stuck pitching features to managers, we can help fix that. It's where the value pyramid thrives. Why does it work? Simple. Big deals don't happen without executive buy-in. Top sellers know that CXOs decide what moves and what doesn't. In MEDDICC terms, these are your economic buyers, and you find these folks at the top of the organization. They're up here. They're the CEO, they're the CMO, COO, CFO, and so on and so on. But here's the catch: we rarely get access to them right away. We usually start lower in the organization with the VPs and the senior directors that you find around there. In MEDDICC language, this is your champion territory, and down here, this is the danger zone. This is where you'll find managers, individual contributors. Sometimes you might find a director or two down here. It depends on the kind of organization, but this is very much contact or coach territory. Bad sellers, they get stuck down here. Good sellers, they typically can make it up to the champions, but great salespeople, they earn their way to the top. This is where the true influence lives. How do they do it? Strategic alignment, and the best in the game use one framework to get there: the value pyramid. So what is a value pyramid? It's a framework that has 5 levels. At the top, there are the goals. These are the top level business objectives that are referred to in vision statements, annual reports. It's basically the company's mission. Then you'll find we have the strategies. This is the second level, strategies. Spell it. There we go. These are the actionable plans that serve as the roadmap to achieve the goals. They basically connect the what are we trying to do to the how are we going to do it. Below strategies, you have initiatives. This is the third level. Initiatives, these are the prioritized and funded actions, programs, and projects put in place to support each strategies. Then we have the obstacles, which is the fourth level, obstacles. These are the issues, blockers. They could be things like market risks, talent gaps, or legacy systems. And at the bottom, we have the needs, which are basically the capabilities that you have to have in order to overcome those obstacles, basically enabling those initiatives to succeed. It can often be a good approach to consider up here headwinds and tailwinds between the goals and the strategies. Headwinds, they're barriers, things like regulation, competition, or downturns. Tailwinds, they're more good things. It's like trends that help you, like new tech, growing markets, new geographies, that kind of thing. Headwinds and tailwinds are usually company or industry specific. For example, COVID was a headwind to Airbnb, but it was a tailwind for Zoom. Let's bring this to life with a company we know well, Amazon. Now, if I was going back to 2011 and I was trying to sell for a logistics software company to Amazon, then what you would find is that their goal, if we were to build a value pyramid, would be to be the most customer-centric, the most customer-centric company in the world. A strategy they'd have to support that would be all around next day delivery, AKA what we now know as Prime. Remember, this is just one of probably hundreds of strategies that Amazon had at the time. And keep in mind, this complexity exists in all organizations. What the value pyramid is doing is helping you strategically align where it matters. So with all of this in mind, the initiatives that would have existed to support next day delivery were probably going to be things like this. Building more fulfillment centers, right? You can test my drawing skills here. Little fulfillment center, maybe some cardboard boxes piled up, garage door, that kind of thing. How about things like robots? In the automation centers, robots that are filling up the, oh my days. You'd see why I do this and not on some kind of drone. Should I have a smiley robot? Smiley robot. Everyone likes a smiley robot, don't they? And finally, logistics companies. So we'll draw a little van here. Rate me in the comments how much you like these drawings, because I think they are excellent. Amazon. So as we are a logistics software company, we can't help with things like fulfillment centers and robots, but we can definitely help Amazon with their logistics. We know that the obstacles that they're likely to be facing are things like inefficient route planning, so we'll just put route planning, and a lack of visibility, so we'll just put visibility. As in, they can't see what is happening on the road to make those quick changes to routes or workloads. Likewise, they can't see which drivers are performing and all that kind of stuff. So what do they need to overcome those obstacles to support their initiative of creating Amazon Logistics? Now this is your moment, your chance to introduce your solution and start to influence the customer's decision criteria, because needs is basically decision criteria. Now to keep things moving, I'll skip writing these bits onto the whiteboard, but here are some examples of what I think would be the needs and subsequently the decision criteria to overcome those obstacles and deliver on the initiative. First up, dynamic route optimization, basically real-time automated planning based on traffic and road closures and having the flexibility to resequence routes midday without disrupting the whole day. Secondly, let's talk about a central command center, a dashboard showing live driver locations, estimated time of arrivals, and all kind of exception alerts as well. It has to be scalable, a solution that covers all of the geographies that Amazon want to do logistics in. The drivers, they have to be connected. We'll call it connected drivers, not just tracking, but the whole sat-nav scanner, photos, and customer note stuff too. Then we have to have data and insights so they can make smarter decisions on staffing, maintenance, shift planning, route efficiency, cost per drop, all that kind of stuff. Now you'll notice I'm not using company product names. It doesn't help anyone if instead of inspiring the customer into thinking they need dynamic route optimization, they think they need Zona, or instead of having connected drivers, they think they need something called Driver OS. The way we've done it, we're inspiring the decision criteria and being seen as a consultative seller. The person we're introducing the value pyramid to is more likely to embrace what it is and share it with their colleagues. Now, you may look at this value pyramid and say, hang on a minute, Andy, this whole Amazon logistics thing, it feels bigger than an initiative. Shouldn't it be a strategy? Shouldn't it be higher up? And here is one of my favorite things about the value pyramid. You might be right. But whether I'm right or you're right, it's only a hypothesis until we get in front of the customer. And that is where the magic happens, because in the customer's eyes, a number of things will happen. First, I look great because I've come to a meeting not just prepared, but showing I've done my research. Better still, I come across as knowledgeable about their business and my industry. Also, it makes the customer feel good too, because as crazy as it sounds, most customers can't articulate how their priorities connect to their bigger picture goals. You'd be amazed at the amount of times we've seen customers adopt value pyramids for their own internal purposes. And it's a great tool to open up discussion and debate. So back to my earlier point of whether Amazon Logistics is a strategy or initiative, we'd find out. And in the process of doing so, you can guarantee we'd uncover a ton of new insights into the strategy, the initiatives, and the obstacles blocking those initiatives, making the value pyramid not just a strategic alignment tool, but a super discovery tool too. And finally, back to the original purpose, it not only helps us to strategically align with the customer, but they are way more likely to take us to talk to these people about our solution. Whereas if we'd come in like so many salespeople do and start talking about bells and whistles and feeds and speeds and dashboards, not only wouldn't these people introduce us to these people, but they'd actually delegate us down to these people down here. And if I need to explain to you why that's not good, you're going to need more than just a value pyramid to help you. Okay, to summarize, the value pyramid is customer specific. It's designed to strategically align your solution with the strategic objectives of your customer. There are 5 levels: goals, strategies, initiatives, obstacles, and needs. And between goals and strategies, you can find the headwinds and the tailwinds. Consider the value pyramid initially as a discussion and discovery tool, and as your opportunity evolves, you can use it to collaborate with your customer.
Consider the needs section as a great tool for you to start influencing the decision criteria, but make sure you use industry terms, not product title. Okay, that's a quick summary of the value pyramid, a customer-specific, collaborative, and strategic tool you can use to strategically align with your customers. If you want more support on building value pyramids, we have an entire value pyramid program as part of MEDDICC membership that you can buy on our website, MEDDICC.com. Until the next time, may your champions be strong and your strategies aligned.